Hello, and welcome to another episode of the next Biz Thing. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and highly specialized corner of modern medicine, one that merges precision, aesthetics, and reconstructive excellence. We're talking about the section for plastic, aesthetic, and hand surgery at the Orthopedic Clinic in Braunschweig, Germany, led by the skilled Oberärztin Jana Gasser. This section is not just another surgical unit. It represents a forward-thinking integration of disciplines that, when combined, provide comprehensive, life-enhancing care to patients. It also showcases how a hospital can strategically evolve, not just by adding services, but by connecting them in ways that make the patient journey smoother, more complete, and more effective. Let's start by exploring what makes this section unique. At its core, the plastic, aesthetic, and hand surgery section focuses on three interconnected areas: treatment of diseases and injuries affecting the hand and wrist, plastic and reconstructive procedures, and aesthetic surgery, including skin tightening operations after significant weight loss. What's exciting is how all of these specialties complement one another and create new possibilities for patient care. Think about a patient who's gone through a major weight loss journey. They may face not only excess skin, but also functional issues like nerve compression in the wrist or chronic discomfort in the upper limbs due to tissue changes. Rather than sending this person from one department to another, the section provides a central hub for diagnosis, surgical planning, and recovery, all under one roof. It's a seamless experience, and that's not only a win for the patient, but a huge advantage for the hospital as well. The hand surgery side of the unit addresses a wide range of conditions. We're talking about nerve compression syndromes like carpal tunnel, trigger fingers, joint issues such as thumb base arthritis, and tendon problems. These aren't just small inconveniences. They're conditions that can drastically affect quality of life. The section uses both conservative and surgical methods depending on the situation, always with an emphasis on preserving hand function and enabling fast, targeted recovery. But what truly sets this department apart is how it bridges traditional hand surgery with modern plastic and aesthetic techniques. Many hand injuries, for example, require microsurgical skill, the same skills used in reconstructive procedures. This creates natural overlap between specialties, allowing the team to offer advanced treatments that go beyond the ordinary. A patient with a complex soft tissue injury may benefit from both surgical repair and aesthetic techniques that restore form as well as function. That's powerful. Now let's talk about the post-weight loss contouring surgeries. These are not simply cosmetic add-ons. For people who've lost a great deal of weight, often hundreds of pounds, loose skin can be debilitating. It can interfere with mobility, cause rashes or infections, and limit the emotional benefits of their hard-earned weight loss. That's why skin tightening procedures like arm lifts or abdominal contouring are an essential final step in their transformation. This department works closely with the hospital's bariatric and general surgery teams to deliver these results safely and effectively. What's impressive is how the section has been designed not just for technical excellence, but for synergy. Everything from operating room schedules to patient consultations to rehab services is organized to maximize cooperation across departments. The Orthopedic Clinic, Surgical Clinic, and Obesity Center all refer patients to the plastic and hand surgery team when appropriate, and vice versa. That kind of integration means fewer delays, better outcomes, and a more holistic approach to healthcare. The leadership behind this section is also worth noting. Oberärztin Jana Gasser is a specialist in both plastic and aesthetic surgery, with additional expertise in hand surgery. That kind of dual training is relatively rare and extremely valuable. It allows her to approach complex cases with a wide-ranging toolkit, balancing the functional needs of her patients with the visual and emotional aspects of surgical recovery. From a strategic perspective, this section is a smart move. It differentiates the hospital in a competitive healthcare environment, adds depth to the surgical offerings, and appeals to a broad range of patients. From those with chronic hand conditions to trauma survivors, to individuals seeking reconstructive or aesthetic improvements. Operationally, the benefits are clear. The same facilities, operating rooms, anesthetic support, diagnostic tools and rehabilitation services can be shared across all three focus areas. That increases efficiency, reduces overhead, and ensures a high level of resource utilization. And because many procedures, especially those related to hand function and post-weight loss care, require ongoing follow-up and therapy, patient retention naturally increases. People stay with the hospital longer, trust its expertise, and often return for future procedures. It's also worth recognizing how this setup enhances the overall patient experience. Let's take a hypothetical example. Imagine a woman in her 40s who's undergone successful bariatric surgery at the hospital. After her weight loss, she's left with excess skin on her arms and discomfort in her wrist due to nerve compression. Under a traditional model, she might be bounced from surgeon to surgeon across multiple clinics. But with this integrated section, she gets a coordinated care plan, hand surgery to relieve the nerve symptoms, followed by skin tightening, all handled by a single team that understands both the functional and aesthetic dimensions of her care. That's a different level of service. From a business standpoint, this approach is forward-thinking. It increases the lifetime value of each patient while also raising the quality of care. The section can also attract a wider range of referrals, not just from inside the hospital, but from external physicians who trust the expertise and outcomes. It opens the door to research collaborations, new training programs, and growing recognition across the region. There are, of course, challenges to managing a section like this. Coordinating between multiple specialties, ensuring optimal scheduling, and balancing elective and urgent cases takes careful planning. But when done well, the rewards are significant. It strengthens the hospital's brand, improves patient loyalty, and allows for a more sustainable, diversified surgical practice. There's also a growing societal demand for the kinds of services this section offers. People are living longer, working with their hands more, and placing higher value on both functionality and appearance. Meanwhile, the number of individuals undergoing major weight loss, whether through surgery or lifestyle change, continues to grow. These patients often need specialized care to complete their transformation, and hospitals that can provide that care in one place are better positioned for long-term success. It's not just about surgery. It's about care that's personalized, empathetic, and empowering. That's what makes this section at the Orthopedic Clinic in Braunschweig such a great example of how a modern medical institution can evolve. By thinking beyond traditional boundaries and focusing on the full patient journey, they've created something that's not only medically sophisticated, but deeply human-centered. In a world where healthcare is becoming more fragmented and specialized, this integrated model offers a refreshing and innovative alternative. It shows what's possible when leadership, vision, and execution come together in the right way.